Yeah, we are on. Good morning, YouTube. Oswaldo here again for one more immersion. And today we are going to discuss diverse topics, just to practice our ability to exchange ideas. And that is how Talk and Talk works. Here you can talk about everything, I would say, with respect and anyone here are able to teach anyone. All of us are students, and we are here. And I'm here as help, look like help guider, just to help us in this conversation on that. So I'm gonna try to avoid correcting one and the same approach used to happen in another language is available here in Talk and Talk. You can check all the available ones. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's start with now our traditional presentation. Aparecida, if you like to say something different or practice anything you like, feel free. It's your turn.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm Aparecida Semirami. I was born in Nordeste and in Ceará, in culture side of Ceará. And I grew up in Bahia, in southeast of Bahia. And then I moved to Goiás because of my family moving, and I was a child, and I moved, of course, with them. And I believe was a better choice. Here it's better to education, more opportunities to education and there. Unfortunately, of course, because I like Bahia and Ceará, but we don't have the same opportunities in all the country. It's a fact.
Unfortunately.
Yes, when we look for this, we see this point so important to talk about this, and we have one case question about this today, but it's important. In general, I study, giving a brief vision about my education. I study in public schools. Of course, my family don't have money to pay another kind of school. But when I go to the university, I need to pay, and I pay with my money. I started to work it, and when I was in the university, and I paid my my own study.
Mhm.
Was so hard for me, I believe, in general, who don't have money and much money, of course, and need to pay a university. During you are studying so hard because we need to work all the day and study at 9 and don't sleep and study at 9 after I arrive of the university.
Hard
And
times.
yes, so hard, but it was 5 years so difficult for me, but I believe I grew up a lot during this
For
period.
sure. For sure.
Yes, yes, I learned a lot. Uh, and don't spend money with anything having the outside the school. I don't have money to eat there, and I live with some colleagues in a, I don't know in English, but in a República with another girls, of
I
course,
know.
to divide the expense. And
Mhm.
I eat the food who one of the girls put in the and there in the house. And I'm thanks for her because she shared with me her food.
Yeah, you exchanged things. We
Yeah,
have questions
yeah.
about that.
It's so hard, but it's so important in my grow like person, I believe.
sometimes we need to leave a lot of stuffs that we don't use to imagine that we were able to live. Uh, yeah, I completely understand you, Aparecida, and thank you for sharing. You started a lot of stuffs in my mind with your presentation, you know. I've lived hard times as well. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna have my time, my turn, okay? It's your chance right now, Otávio.
Hi everyone. Um, I'm from Licínia, Minas Gerais. Is a small town in the countryside. Now it's 9 degrees here. It's very cold.
It's so fucking cold, man. Oh,
I am 27 years old, married. I have a daughter. Um, I've been here since April. That's it. I don't have enough any news.
okay. Yeah, here it's 10 degrees. I need to say I thought today were warmer, you know, but yeah, I was wrong. It's so cold today here as well. I think I used to live this way. I think. Okay. Lurian, it's your turn.
Yes, good morning. I'm Luria. I live in Belo Horizonte. I was raised here and I live here too. I'm 34, 35 actually. Oh my God. Old. Yeah, and it was my birthday a few days ago. And I in my free time I like to just to be free, like something about me. I like to do things by freedom, I don't like to have a routine. Like yesterday I was working and I said, "Oh my God, I need to start to do something different." So I took a bottle of wine and I was drinking a little wine when I was working just to distress, can I say that? And
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm here for studying French, Spanish, and English. And I like to have this possibility to know people, to know their stories, to share, and also improve my language and the soft skills. So that's it for today. Thank you, Osvaldo.
Thank you too. Welcome. Yeah, yeah. I I don't use to drink during the day, especially in work time, I would say. But sometimes I did that, you know, and it's good. I used to when when I had been done this kind of activities, I felt good. You know, I have to be honest with you guys. Uh, but that's unusual for me, you know, like Lurian said for her. Well, and about me, guys. Like you know, I used to test my English in some conversations or interviews or something like that. And I had one of them last week, and I was approved about my English. You know, it was interesting because I felt comfortable to do that. I said that here, and I had this feedback about my English. Of course, I'm not talking about my tech skills. It's totally relate my. I could express what I'd like to express, and I was impressed with questions about my personal life, for example. No, that's unusual. I got this kind of questions in the interviews, and yeah, it was interesting. I could share like the way I used to share here, to be honest. you know. I said the same things about me, and yeah, it looked like it worked, and okay about that. So it's interesting when we are able to see our improvements, right? So it's the message that I'd like to say to you in my presentation. It's important to continue here, make our display, continue with our commitment in this project about to learning communication skills in English and another language, and Talk and Talk used to help. I'm sure Talk and Talk will help us a lot in this process. And yeah, I think that's enough for my presentation today. Okay, let's start the conversation, guys. The first question, Otávio, please, could you start the first question for us, please?
Sure. If society had never invented money, how do you think people won't measure success today? I believe money it's not just a physical object or a tool for exchange. I think it's a concept. It's deeply. Um I can't imagine a word without this concept because it's not only money, né? It's a concept. It has how can I say propriedades.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe in a word without this concept, the people measure success through purpose. Maybe um, purpose life. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about money for sure. We used to this use it in our entire life, you know, it's hard to talk about. I know that. But you did well, Otávio. I agree with you. Yeah, that's it. And you, Luria?
Um, I said about this before, but is a fiction thing. But I will comment because every time people can change money for something else. You know, in this movie they change the money for time, but it was something fiction because you had the time in your arms. So looks like if you have a lot of time, you have a lot of life. If you don't have a lot of time, you don't have life. So money is nothing. When you go to the bank, you take time, to live more. So since the basic idea is to live more and to live good, I think maybe status about what you are for the people around you, position, job positions, or maybe intelligence about tests of questions. I don't know, like, but always this movie proved it to me, and I know it was a fiction, but proved to me that always they can find something to measure success, and money was just invented after, if you think, because before what they did, they changed precious materials, precious stones like gold, like ruby, like emerald, like this kind of thing, and they create money just to kind of translate the values of things. So the other idea, maybe they could go for their past, try to see what people consider, like with all this value, of all this power. So that's it.
Yeah, deeply answer. Yeah. Yeah. And guys, just a reminder, we are free to give our perspectives, okay? There aren't a right or wrong answer about this topic, you know. We are just exchange ideas, okay? Only that. It's important to emphasize here again. Okay. Yeah, I think it's my turn. After will be you, Aparecida. Um, Guys, I feel like Otávio. I can't imagine our world without money. And at the same time, in my perspective, I agree with Lurian. For me, money is not everything, but is an important part of our life. We need money to survive, to buy anything, but I'm a person that I don't put money at the first place in my life. For example, yesterday I had my entire day with my mom and my children because it was my old one birthday, and I've agreed with my mom to watch a movie on the theater, and yeah, have a lunch and invest a lot of time to be with ourselves. And I've decided to import. Yeah, yeah, I don't know how to say that in English. Import. Let me see. Let's search. Uh, Let me see. Give me a moment. I don't know. I found some answers, but anyone, it was clear to me. So, okay. And I decided to asking my current job to have this day for me. Of course, I suggested that, explain that I used to work a lot. I don't have time to end my job, I was used to say. And my current leader decided to give this day for me, you know, without, yeah, I needed to, let me see the word. Uh, I don't need to replace this day, you know, because he said that to me. You are here a long time. You used to work a lot during during evening. I know that because we can see you, and we used to talk about some tasks and something like that. So feel free, go ahead, stay with your family, and yeah, that's it. And yeah, so I really love money, of course, but I don't put it in the first place. And yesterday I've spent a lot of money with my children, you know, and my mom. My mom don't have a lot of money, so I spent a lot of money with them, but it was amazing the time that was passed yesterday, you know? So yeah, that's it. Money is important, but it's not the most important thing to me. And yeah, that's it. And about you, Aparecida, it's your turn.
I think a little different. I'm a dreamer about this because I believe we can live without money because in the countryside, in uh, interiores, the person they change the things they need. We produce corn, another person produce rice, they change the thing, lettuce, vegetables, one person produce one thing, the other person produce another thing, then they change, one don't have one thing and one don't have another thing, and they it change the things, it change trocar, I believe, I don't know. It's this?
Okay.
Change, yeah, it's okay. And I believe it's possible. The question is about if we never have invented the money. I believe we can live without, because today we are a society capitalist with a capitalist system, totally capitalist. We are seeing this kind of system not is the most thing we know, because we are seeing the result not good. Look around us. Only look around us. Not good. Because it's only money, only money, only money, only money. But I believe we can give the condition to look for the society and what each person can offer, the service, what we are giving good for the society when we live. We can measure the person not because the money or possessions this person have, but what this person can offer for our society. Of course, it's a dream, but I believe if we, in the past, we try another path different of this actuality, maybe we are a different society. I believe in that because we have ancient societies who lives well without money. Indians and
Yeah.
other societies, it's true. It's a reality. Why we think we can live, we can't live without money? It's a human invention, and we can change this system, of course, but I believe not a reality in the next century, I believe, or I don't know. Only if we change one thing, one hard change in our world. I don't know. Uh, I believe it's more like a dream, but not a reality. But it's what I believe in a moment, in a point in the future, maybe happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And guys, all of our answers were so different. It's so interesting. We have common things in our answers, but I've realized we our feelings were a little bit different now the way that we answered. It's interesting. It's interesting. And yeah, perfect, perfect, guys. We started well. So let's move on to the next one. Yeah, Luria, could you start the second question, please?
Yes. 1 minute. Okay. Could a person be truly happy without having close relationship? Or is human connection essential for a fulfilling life? For me, it's essential because of all all humans, like just from the beginning, we need to have this connection, this sense of community. It's mandatory. I don't think so. I don't think if you are just raised in the middle of the forest, like Tarzan, like this is possible. This is possible because we are. I don't know the name for this in English, mammiferous. But I will try to search here. But animals that drink milk. The end. And so it's possible. Mammals, it's true. Mammals.
Yeah, it's the
Mammals.
first time that I've heard this word.
Yes, I remember I heard in the past, but now I can connect with this.
Perfect.
So it's possible. It's possible. But I don't think we can pass for all the stages of the life, a fulfilled life, like I'm saying. So we can survive. We can have your challenge. We can have your the way you will achieve things, okay, but live in a society, in a community, you can work and discover more things about yourself, about our mentality, about our brain, about our intelligence. I think if you live far from this, you cannot develop, all that is possible. So for me, it's possible, yes, but it's more necessary to have a all package, not just a small part. That's it.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. And for you, Aparecida?
Well, I believe that thinking about these questions, I believe it's essential connections, human connections. We are social beings. Then we need connections. Of course, we have exceptions, like Lurian said, but I believe we need to stay in a social community, stay with the other person, learning. We need connection. We need look for the others. We need stay on the others with our family, with our neighbor, with our city, country, and etc. Because we need these connections. I believe we have a lot of problems today because exactly because of this,
I
because we left the connections without the others. Each one want to live alone. And our system give this kind of path for the persons. You are a person, we can live alone. No, we need one as other. We need to stay in society. The children need this, the adults, the teenagers, we are social beings. We need to stay connected. We need listen, contact, physical contact, stay with the others. One of the most problems I see around us today is the lack of connection. Each
yeah,
person stay in the different place in the internet, but we don't have connection, a truly connection.
yeah,
The
yeah,
problem today is this depression and psychological problems because we not are built. I don't know if I can use this word, but we don't build to we live alone without connection.
yeah,
It's like a problem. We have a problem machine with a problem. Comparing this, and we need this. For, in my opinion, it's essential for our surviving. Have a good life, connect with the money, but we need this kind of connection to live well,
yeah,
in my opinion, because I looking around me, looking the news, looking here in Brazil and in the world, we we left our origins, our connections. We lost this in some point. I don't know when, but it happened. We are lost today.
yeah, yeah. Another deep answer. Okay, guys, I'm gonna talk about only my perspective, right? Um, well, I don't know if we are able to live as human for a long time, because if you evaluate another animals species, we are here for a short period of time. And the yeah in our society we used to say we are the most intelligent, we are able to do everything, but I think we had another examples that lived here in our planet for a longer, much more longer than us, and I truly believe that we are not able to do the same. We are able to kill us in minutes if we want, currently, with some war tools and something like that. So I'm not sure if we are the most important species, animal species here. Uh, and yeah, for me, that's it about that, you know. We need, I think, as a animal essential, it's important to live in society, you know. We are not born to live alone. I totally agree with you, Aparecida, and I would add that I'm so nervous about the children's future. uh, they had been lost this kind of values. It's our fault in my perspective. You know, I know that I'm a part of this. Uh, how can I say that? I wasn't able to share the best human values for my children as well. I know that. I've thought about that, you know. Well, of course, I do my best, but in my perspective, I know that is not enough to help them to have this value, you know. And yeah, for the positive things about that, my perspective is they are able to learn with their lives, you know. So I know that they will learn a lot of stuff about that, and I hope that they live as well as possible in this environment, you know. Yeah, it's not a happy answer, but it's the way that I think about that. And about you, Otávio?
Uh, I share a Aparecida opinion. Um, uh, I make her answer my one. uh, I think the human connection is essential. Um, I believe that uh, we can we can stay a time alone, um, but in the time we need to this connection, to live in community, with family. I believe this is essential to be happy, to be a health health person. That's it.
Of course, like Lucian said, it's crucial we have our own biz, our own life. Of course, it's important. Totally agree with that. But if we don't live in society or close to anyone, it's hard to have motivation and have a clear purpose in my perspective. You know, it's important to have these close connections. And yeah. If someone wants to add something else, feel free, or let's continue our conversation. Don't fight, guys. Okay, let's move on to another question. Okay, question number three. People often say money can't buy happiness. Do you think this is true, or does financial security play a key role in well-being? Um, I agree in parts, you know. If we have money, we are able to bring more infrastructure, or whatever stuffs we need to live. And of course, it's amazing have money to buy anything. Of course, I'm not hypocrisy about that, you know. But some stuffs it's hard to buy. For example, health. Um, we are not able to buy health. We are able to buy infrastructure to help us have a good health. But this weekend, for example, I lost um, a old worker that I had some business in the past. You know, he had a stomach cancer and he passed it. Um, and yeah, he retired with a good health plan, but when he discovered this disease, it was late for him, unfortunately. So this issue was advanced, and estragou him. Um, so, like I said, the money, if we have more money as possible, it's amazing. We are able to buy important things to us and our loved ones, but money is not everything in my perspective. And yeah, that's it. And what do you think, Aparecida?
Well, I believe this sentence make a sense, of course, because I believe only money don't brings happiness. But this the concept that like we discussed before, I don't agree in the money. I believe in the concept to have what we want, not in the material thing or digital thing, money. huh? But of course, like you said, Osvaldo, we need quality of life, and for this, né? But in general, quality of life, we need to stay in a place with infrastructure, in one city with infrastructure, with hospitals, with parks, with place to go with your family, have a leisure time, something like this. This is quality of life, not essentially money. Of course, I believe more in having a purpose in our life. I'm trying to do this in my life now, a purpose and goals that bring fulfillment. I don't remember those, something like this.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yes, but it's so hard, but I believe it's possible, of course. And we need a little money to do something, of course. We need work to have a today, of course, in the place, in the culture we live, in the system we live, we need money to buy the things, to buy food and the internet, the service too, of course, and to realize one dream, we need money too. But I believe it's possible we have a purpose in our life, not thinking about the money.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's possible. Of course, money help us to arrive there and achieve our goals, but not is the end point, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the same. Thank you, Aparecida, and for you, Otávio. What do you think?
I agree. Um, Money help us to achieve some goals in your life, but it's not the end point. How come Priscilla said? Um, but I believe money um, sometimes um, help a lot to be happy. I believe depends the person. Um, some persons don't can control can. uh, For example, we have many famous people uh, that uh, what they ficaram famous, rich, and go to use drugs or some
Yeah.
right. Um, because they don't understand how live with uh, all this money.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, but I believe money help, but it's not the most important thing.
yeah. And we can say I love music. I said to you some time ago, and I heard about a lot of musicians had been lost their lives, because this kind of stuff. Of course, uh, the exactly reasons that they decided did that, we don't know, but maybe is related that money is not everything because they had a lot of money because yeah, a lot of musician. I have a lot of examples like Kurt Cobain, and another one like that, Amy Winehouse, I think. So yeah, they had a lot of money, but money is not everything. If so, they were with us until nowadays, and that's it. And what do you think, Luria?
About this topic, I remember when I was at in the school, I heard some information, but I never could search if it was like true or not. But that about in Norway and Denmark, all these kind of European countries, like in the north, they are really rich, and they have a big percent of suicide because people there they just are born with everything. Studies is ready, work. You don't need to fight for anything. So because of that, you don't find your purpose maybe in your life, and you just take your life. I don't know
Exactly.
if this information is true. I don't know if you have studies about that, but it was something that I heard when I was young at the school, and I can understand why. So for me, money can help. Money can provide you, and maybe it's a kind of tool. But it's not this equation, no, this formula is not simple. So if you have money, more this, and you'll be happy. No, because we have a lot of other things that you need to worry about. And for every person, will be something different. Maybe for music, a lot of them they involve with drugs, about purpose, about career. Maybe for other ones, no, about family, about something else, some trauma. So we don't know. It's not sure that if you have a lot of money, that you can fulfill yourself and be totally happy. But I need to say that money can solve a lot of problems. This is for sure.
Yeah,
So I'm not denying that money is important, but a lot of money is not your solution too. That's it, I think.
perfect. And Luria, because since I know you will have an immersion in some minutes, I'd like to start with our final question, the question number 4. That's interesting. Could you start and give your opinion about that, please?
Yes, thank you. So the question number 4, if artificial intelligence keeps evolving, which which will eventually replace most human jobs.
What do you think?
For this point now as well, this is really hard. I sorry. For this point now, I think they need us, okay, to learn how to do the things, to know the answer. Like I started a new TV show yesterday. The name is Iron Heart. It's a TV show for Marvel. and
Mhm.
it's about AI. You know, she creates like,
Mhm.
and she was saying all the time, you need to do that. It's so totally intelligent, you know, the AI, but you need to give the directions. For this point now, I need to say that you you not replace because they need to learn. But in 10 years, 15 years after, when they learn everything, I don't think they will replace all of jobs because it's not possible, but maybe they will change the way we are working, you know. So some kind of positions will just not exist anymore, and other ones will be created because of that. So, in my perspective, and I think this is a good solution, since no one will stop artificial intelligence, I think this is a good thought. You know, think
Yeah.
about, okay, some jobs will just be over, but we have new ones coming because of this opportunity. But in 100 years, I always think about the movie Terminator. Okay, I use this example in all my answer about AI. So that's it.
Oh my God, AI is not like that, Lurian.
It's not like that, not yet. Remember Sarah Connor? No, but I have good hope for that. It's just because human they are crazy, you know. So I
Yeah,
don't know. Now it's that, but I don't know what they can do. We can do, but I say they because I will not do anything.
yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
can do in 50 years, you know. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Louis, thank you for your opinion. You bring us a lot of insights about this topic. So I'm so curious to listen, Aparecida and Otávio, but I'm going to start with you, Aparecida, please.
I'll be brief. I agree with Luri. I believe the AI will replace some kind of jobs, but not all. I believe we need to reinvent ourselves in the next years in face of the new reality. Of course, it's important to know this. We are in front of a new revolution, in my point of view, a technological revolution, like some happened in the past, the industrial revolution, and when the computer comes along. And it's time we need reinvent and learn new professions. Of course, it's so hard, but not impossible. We are humans. We can learn all the time. If we want, we can. We are, like Lulia said, we are teaching the AI. AI
Mhm.
is learn with us.
Yeah,
I believe you use AI all the time. They don't know some things, and we teach them.
yeah.
In some years, I don't know what's happening, but we have another reality. I don't know how, of course,
Mhm.
but during this period, we need look and continue learning, and of sometime maybe we can change to another kind of profession
Yeah,
to adapt a new technologies and etc. In my opinion, is this.
yeah. Perfect, perfect. And for you, Otávio, it's our time to I don't know, filosofar.
Uh, I believe, um, yeah, in the future, eventually the AI replace most human jobs. Not because the AI is uh, able to do that, mm, uh, but because the sistema capitalista, uh,
Save money, something like
yeah,
that.
save money is more cheaper.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, m- how come mesmo with errors, it's not um, 100% correct, it's more cheaper AI.
And easy to handle than humans.
Yeah. I believe that not because it's um, the he uh, how come I say, yeah, I agree. In
Okay.
the short time, we we create new roles, new positions, new technologies, but in the future, some maybe 30 years, 20 years, the AI replace most these jobs.
Man, stay relaxed because all of us here will be retired, you know? I'm joking, just a joking, guys, just a joke. Okay. Well, guys, I don't have time to share a lot of interesting experience that I've been doing my current role because we are trying different kind of AIs, and as developer, I can say this field is on the center of this discussion, you know, and I've studied some stuffs about AI, and I've learned that we are not able to create an AI. Bye bye, Lurian. An AI that is able to learn with itself. You know, we need more hardware, more complex softwares. You know, we don't have created this kind of apps to AI have this ability. This is a kind more for movies, fiction movies and something like that, you know. Or of course, we have been some news about some AI tools that supposed had make decisions by on self itself, you know, themselves. But if you read deeply this news, they always say that it was able, the people were able to disable this kind of tools easily, I would say. So uh, of course, AI is amazing, guys. Like I said, I don't have time to share what amazing things that I did with this kind of tools. I've learned a lot of stuff faster with AI tools, understand internal company concepts using these tools, and wow, it's amazing, you know. And yeah, unfortunately, the time was over. And yeah, I hope you had enjoyed with this conversation. I hope to see you next Friday, yeah, next Friday, because we start our weekend. And yeah, have a good week, guys, and see you next Friday. Bye bye. Take
Yeah,
care.
have a good day.
Bye bye.